Hello everyone and welcome back to my studio, the Pottery Corner down on the south coast of England near Chichester. Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing a glaze kiln fire opening after the last couple of videos where we've done this sort of vlog style. I will continue to do the kiln openings just because I think it's nice when you've watched the vlog to actually see the pieces coming out of the kiln. So I am planning to just continue doing that. The kiln is down to 28 degrees C, centigrade. It was actually cold yesterday, so 28 is almost the ambient temperature in England at the moment, although thankfully after the heat wave we do actually have some rain today. So we haven't had any rain for about 2 months. So yeah, we were practically dancing in it this morning. It was really good. Right, so I have, come on, chorus with me, the sneakiest of tiny sneaky peeks. So I did have a little look, but only at the top layer. And there isn't very much on the top layer. It was a bit of a funny load. So I only managed to get a couple of bits onto the top layer. Just while I'm talking, the pieces that we were looking at in the vlog, most of them are waiting on the glaze shelf. One of the Lumineres is in here, and one of the black porcelain mugs I think is in here. So yes, we'll see. Okay, so shut up yakking, Sarah. This was the very first of the first prototypes of the little houses, the one that was too thin and it broke on the windows when I was carving. But all I've done is used the casting slip. So this is casting slip, which comes out this nice creamy white, and just put a transparent glaze over the top. So really simple, and I just dipped it, and yeah, it's come out really nicely actually. I'm really pleased with that. And the other three are waiting to be bisque fired. So yes, that's a good start on that project. As I say, I usually like to make a prototype of something before I kind of put it into production, if you like, so just feeling my way with it. Now this is one of Janet's pieces for her the window that I was telling you about a couple of videos ago. So she's got a window frame that looks like a cathedral frame, and she's making panels. Now I have to say it's a slightly unusual way of doing things, whereby Janet has made pieces and then glazed the pieces to the backing. So I am being careful. I can see that the figure at the top has fused itself with the glaze, which is good. So this is Icarus flying too close to the sun. I'm not sure which way round it goes, whether it goes with Icarus falling down or whether it goes with Icarus flying too close to the sun. So that is what that is. So when she's finished the whole thing, I will get her to send me some pictures and I'll put it on so that you can see it finished, because it's always nice to see these pieces in their finished form when the students are working on a big piece. So I'll ask Janet to do that. Okay, so next layer down is much of the same, and I'll just get rid of the props. Okay, so this again, these two pieces on this shelf are Janet's pieces, and as I think I said before, she'd done 4 of the season, so I'm assuming that this one is summer. And again, I'm just going to be just a little bit careful. So this has got flowers and bumblebees and ladybirds and what have you, showing a summer scene. So lovely. And again, she's just literally glazed the panel at the back and added each piece that's been glazed or underglazed, and then stuck it on underneath almost with glue, with some glaze. So I'm just being very careful just in case one of them isn't actually stuck, but they look pretty good actually. So that is summer, so that's for the same panel, and this one is winter. So this one has leaves and icicles and Christmas trees for the winter scene. So that one's rather nice as well. She's just They are sitting on silicone sand because they're flat. We've just got a little bit of glaze on the back there, which will need to come off with a Dremel. So that one is winter. Okay, and the next level down, again, more of Janet's, quite a large load of. This is just a test tile of a new underglaze to me. This is Amaco's velvet underglaze called Baby Blue, and that is 2 layers of Baby Blue. Quite nice on the texture. I might well do another tile with 3 coats of the underglaze, which is of course Amaco's recommended coverage. Often I find if the underglaze is too thick that it will do something nasty on the surface. So that is the underglaze with a clear transparent glaze over the top. So quite nice that. It's quite a nice sort of sky blue colour. This one is another one of Janet's. This one is Sea. So I think she's doing Earth, Wind and Fire, the 4 seasons, and then she's done the moon and the sun. So celestial bits. So this one is the Sea with fish and starfish. Very nice actually. And there's a good combination of Amaco glazes on there. This is Storm. This is Downpour, that one is Sky, that one is Glacier, and that one is Ice. So a very good blue palette of all the Amaco Celadon blue sort of colours that come out in their range. So quite nice to see them all together in one piece there. And this is obviously the moon. So we've had the sun with Icarus, and this is the moon. And the stars. So as I say, all done in exactly the same way with the pieces just glaze glued on. And these star placements are done in different constellations for the birth signs of herself and her husband and her sisters, I believe. So yeah, very nice. Background glaze on here was a glaze that Janet made. And it was obsidian with mulberry, so both Amaco Celadon glazes, obsidian with mulberry over the top, and it's this nice dark sort of dark purple colour, very nice. So that's another one. I think we are almost at the end of those. I'm not sure that there's any more to come out, so it's been a big project. Okay, so the bottom layer's got sort of slightly more exciting things in. The other little house is in here. So again, quite pleased with that. That's the prototype. So I expect I shall get to keep the prototype and sell all the others. But nonetheless, I'm pleased with how those have come out. There are a couple of refired pieces. So this again is Janet's. Janet seems to have had quite a lot in this firing. She wasn't very happy with the glaze on a couple of the field scenes on this particular piece. Yeah, interesting. It is better than it was. She's just put a little bit more glaze on in places, and it has come out a lot better. So that side is an aerial view of the downs, and this one is tumuli on the other side. So yes, very nice. So I think she'll be pleased when she sees that. Pop that carefully down. And the other piece, a big piece that's in here is again Janet's, and again this has been refired from where it was originally, and she's added more downpour to the inside. Actually, I quite like that effect. It's quite interesting. I'm trying to say to Janet about glaze application being, instead of painting it in lines, trying to sort of get it in different ways so that it doesn't show the paint marks. Fairly successful. It does still show them a little bit just in there. I hope you can see that. But these are lovely vases, and again this one is showing the sort of the colours of the fields in the summertime, so very pretty, and a lovely design that Janet has used on those. So the last few bits in the bottom of the kiln are actually mine. Woo! Amazing. That doesn't happen very often. This is just a little thrown jug with the now. Is it Ellen or is it Ceramica? I'll look it up upstairs. I think it's a Ceramica transfer of birch trees. So I just popped that on, and then inside I thought it'd be quite fun to use Mayco's winter wood, so that it kind of looks the same inside and out. You've got that same sort of colourway. I think this is the brown version of the transfer, and I quite like it actually. It's not as stark as the black. So that's just a little throne jug with a textured handle, and I like the way the winter wood's gone on the inside. I probably could have not put quite so much on. I think I did do 2 coats, and I probably needn't have made them quite so thick, but yeah, very nice little jug. Looks very nice, very sweet, and I do like this transfer, very nice. So I'm pleased with that. Next, now this is quite interesting. So this is the first of the black porcelain mugs that I made following the vlog called Throwing with 3 Black Clays, or whatever it's called. So on the outside that has just got a transparent glaze over the top, but on the inside I did my hundreds and thousands, and actually, naughty, look at that, there's actually a crack in the base. So yes, I mean, you know, porcelain can be naughty, but it has been particularly naughty. And also my hundreds and thousands glaze, there's obviously a little bit of underglaze in it, because that has made a chunk on the inside. So I quite like that look of it's quite purpley where the transparent glaze has gone over the top of the black porcelain. So this is the black porcelain unglazed on this bottom foot bit, and then the rest of it has had a transparent glaze with the confetti hundreds and thousands put over the top. Quite like that, it's quite nice. I like the feel of it, of course, because it's porcelain, but how much it shrunk from where it was when I threw it. Amazing, you know, I mean, it's an amazing amount of shrinkage. So if you're throwing with porcelain, bear that in mind. That crack hasn't gone through to the inside, so I can use it in the studio, but obviously I can't sell it with a crack in the base. So jury's out for me on that black porcelain. Still, you know, playing with it, but not particularly impressed at the moment. And the last thing in here is one of the Lumineres. I did a very stupid thing, and I wasn't actually on camera when I did it. And this is just, I put my transfers on at the greenware stage, because I find it's easier to get a clear print of a transfer on greenware than on bisqueware. And then I did a very stupid thing, which was I wiped my hand over the top of the transfer when it was bisque fired, and it smudged the transfer. Ouch! So this is the first of the Lumineres through the glaze firing, and I've literally just put a transparent glaze all over. That was my fault, and I knew as soon as I'd done it that there was no rectifying it. So unfortunately Paris has a sort of a misty look about it, but you know what that means, don't you? I get to keep this one. So if you have underglaze transfers, don't wipe your hand across it, because it smudges the transfer on the bisqueware. That's my fault. I knew it would do it almost instantly once my hand went across it. Too late. So I'm really pleased with that. Yeah, and it'll be really interesting to see how that lights up, and I'll have a little go with that later. Maybe do a little bit of video just to show you. I'm hoping that the cutouts on the shoulders will shine up the wall, so I might put a little bit of video on the end just to show you that. But that's the first of those, and the other two are up here on the shelf, and I managed not to smudge those, so that was useful. Right, so that's your lot that's in the kiln. A few shout outs today. I'm always happy, as you know, to receive your pictures of items that you've made, maybe from one of the tutorials, maybe the poppy head tutorial or the rhubarb leaf or the bird bath tutorial or whatever. Very, very happy always to see your work, and please send that to me via my email address, which is in the description below via the website. So this is the lovely Heidi Dirksen, who sends me quite a lot of things and has featured a lot on my shout out. So hello Heidi. She ordered the Wonky Pot template, and again there's a tutorial on how to make the Wonky Pot. And there is now a digital download version of the Wonky Pot template, so have a look at that in my Etsy shop. Again, there's a link to the Etsy shop in the box below. So Heidi's been having a lovely time playing with the template. This is one of her pieces, and again she's used the sort of use the animal version. So I quite like this. One of the other people that I did a shout out on a little while ago made it into an animal. I really like it. I really love the character, and that's from the side, and you can see it's got wings, or it's got ears, or whatever, or fins even. Maybe it's a fish. Yes, it could be. So maybe that's the fins on there. So thank you, Heidi, for taking the time to send me that. And this one is also from Heidi, and she said, my Wonky Pot teapot needs a little bit more tidying up. I'm having fun thinking of the uses for the template, which I think is just incredibly clever. So this is the Heidi's teapot made from the Wonky Pot template. So yeah, it's really great. Well done, Heidi, I like that. The other one this week is from John O'Rourke. I don't know where John is. He hasn't put on here where he's from, so he said, firstly, I'd like to thank you so much for all the very educational and entertaining videos you have given us these past few years. Thank you, John, very kind of you to say. And then he said about the vlog style, the last one you posted was very good with a little mix-up of things. So yes, I'm enjoying doing the vlogging. This is his first attempt at the poppy head. It's more oblong than he would like. But he said the main problem was the glazing, so he was a little bit disappointed that it came out quite so orange. That's the front picture of it. There is actually a bigger, yes, there is a bigger version of that. Actually, I don't mind it. So he's used some copper oxide on the top, but obviously on the tutorial I don't tend to glaze over my copper oxide, so that turns it black. If you put a glaze over, it doesn't matter what colour, the copper oxide will go green. Now, if that's what you want, that's absolutely fine. And if you have a look at the full sculptural poppy head tutorial, there are 3 parts, and there is a part on how to use the oxides. So I think it's absolutely fine as it is, but I think is going to refire it. So John, if you're watching, do send us a picture of the refired, just so that we know what you've done to it to kind of bring it back from there. I actually quite like it just as it is. It's a nice form. I like that you've used the pearl necklace spines and the pinched out spines, so that's really nice to make it into you know, your own unique version. So thank you, John, for sending me that. That's very kind. And that today is your lot. Sissy's just come to join me in the studio. I'm going to sign off now and say I'll see you all on the next one. Thanks so much for watching as ever. Bye bye for now.